Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another week of the Fairly Decent podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and today we finna get into it. Today feels good, man. The weather's warm, weather's nice. I feel good. Hope y'all feel good too. So let's go ahead and get into it. And as we always do around here, we start with new music. So the Nicki Minaj album just came out. I had a chance to go ahead and listen to it, and it delivered, man. That's a really solid album. There's definitely some standout tracks. I think it's like 20 something songs. I don't know. But yeah, some of the standout tracks for me is the opening track, Are You Gone Already? Now there's not a whole lot to it. It kind of just is like a sample in the background and Nicki talking with the baby and all that kind of stuff. Let me go ahead and pull this track list up. Yeah, so right off the bat, like I said, the intro is really interesting. There's not a whole lot of stuff going on minus that sample, but I really like it. And then we get into the album cuts. We have Barbie Dangerous. She's rapping her ass off. I told y'all she was going to do it, and she did exactly as I predicted. On this album, she is rapping her ass off. So if you like Nicki Minaj on like the poppy, singy type stuff, I would go towards like the back half of the album. But the first half of the album, she is definitely rapping her ass off. And then again, some more standouts for me. We have FTCU, we have Beep Beep, and then if we get a little further down, we have Let Me Calm Down featuring J. Cole. And once again, J. Cole, Feature Man of the Year. He absolutely bodied this feature again. This is definitely one of my favorite tracks off the album. Yeah, but again, J. Cole on this feature run, I mean, he has been flawless this entire year. And then the next track that we get into is R&B featuring Lil Wayne and Tate Cobain. Now, I was worried about this one at first just because of the name of the song, but then I later on figured out what the name of the song meant, and now it makes total sense. And I love this song. Lil Wayne killed it. Tate killed it. Nicki Minaj killed it. This is one of those ones that's going to be for everybody, I think. It's not just going to be one of those rap your face off tracks. While again, Lil Wayne, whenever you get Lil Wayne, you're gonna get some bars. So yeah, this one's gonna be for everyone. Not my favorite song on the album, but it's definitely up there for me. Like, this one is gonna be the one that you probably hear on the radio, other than her actual release singles. This one fits in there with singles category, I think. And then we get to track number 9, and I think this is the one that most people were waiting for once they saw the feature. The feature is Drake, and the song is called Needle. And beforehand, I kind of had a feeling they were going to do this, but I didn't know if it was going to go this way or if they were going to go bars. But no, they did the traditional Nicki and Drake where they take it down to the islands and gave us a song called Needle. It surely is a radio smash. I don't know why they didn't release this as a single. That's not really my business. But if I was a part of making this album, I would really want this one to be one of the lead singles. But hey, I don't make the stuff. I just report on it. But yeah, I have a strong feeling that this is going to be a radio smash, and we'll be hearing this one for a long time. And then just to keep it short, I'm going to skip it down a little bit to get to my favorite track, which is Bam Bam. I don't know, man. I heard that song come on. The beat is absolutely insane. And Nicki is just right in the pocket on this song. I mean, she's Nicki, so she's always going to do her thing. But that song right there for me, once it came on, I knew that was the one. I was like, yep, this is the one I'm going to gravitate towards every single time I go back to this album. Yeah, so check that one out, Bam Bam. And then this last one, when I saw the track list come out, I was excited for it. I didn't know why I was excited for it, but I was excited for it. And it lit me down as hard as it possibly could. It was the Future feature. The song's called Nikki Hendrix, and it's just not for me, man. It's just really not for me. It's got that ballad Future style song. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's just that ballad Future singy style song. It's just not for me. I like when Future turns up and he's rapping and we can barely understand what he's saying, but the beat is so hard. But yeah, that like ballad Future stuff is just not for me. Might be for you. That's cool, but it's just not for me. So this was the only track really that was a letdown on the album. So overall, I mean, if we're going by numbers, I think I would give it like a 7.5 out of 10. I mean, it's a really, really good album. It's kind of long for me. Some of the tracks definitely could have been left out, but she's been gone for so long, so I'm sure she has thousands of songs recorded. But yeah, I mean, just trim it down a little bit, and it's a perfect album. I mean, we've been waiting for this one for a long time, so yeah, I'm gonna give this one like a 7.5. Like I said, really, really strong album. I would definitely recommend it. All right, and we're gonna keep it on music. I did get a chance to watch the Grammy Hip Hop tribute that was on Sunday, and I don't know if y'all know, but I had full intentions on coming on here and absolutely shitting on it. But I have to admit, it was good. It was really, really good. Like I said, I had full intentions on coming up in here and flaming that shit for being the same kind of corny hip-hop celebration that we always get, but the Grammys got it right. I gotta give it to them, and I'm so proud that they got it right, because everybody who you would think needed to be recognized was actually recognized. Now, of course, everybody couldn't be there in person. You're just not going to get your Lil Waynes. You're not going to get your Eminems, your 50 Cents, your big name Kendricks. Like, you're not just going to get those people to come to a tribute like that. This was more for, I would say, like golden era hip hop. Like the beginning of it, all of those people that needed to be recognized that almost never get recognized were recognized on that night. And I have to say, they killed it. They really, really did kill it. Now, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. I'm just going to kind of do a quick recap of it, but I can't deny it. They killed it. So it started off with Queen Latifah. She kind of announced the awards, kind of. There was no real announcer. It was kind of like everybody was announcing, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so Queen Latifah came out first, brought out all of the women, your MC Lights, all the women that kind of started women in hip hop came out first. And again, they absolutely killed it. Once I saw the women perform, I was like, wow, this might actually be good. Because they came in strong. Like, they could have went last and I would have been fine with it, but they came on first, and they really set the precedent that this is going to be an award show that hip hop deserves. This is not going to be shenanigans. So I was really, really, really proud to see that when they came on. And then we started to get into like the regions of hip hop and kind of where they started and where they are now. So they went to the South first, and Jeezy came out, T.I. came out, Jermaine Dupri had a little set, 3 6 Mafia came out, which I thought was awesome. I haven't seen that since, I don't even know when, since the early 2000s probably. Miami had their own little representation, which, you know, Miami hip hop is kind of its own thing. And that led to, I don't know why it led into it, but Public Enemy came out next, and they had their own little set. But the one thing I took from Public Enemy set, they still sound the exact same. It is ridiculous. They sound the exact same as when they came out, which obviously you love to see. Flava Flav is still that dude, and he is still rocking it. The man did not stop the entire night. And then from there, we went to the West Coast, and Seth Rogen introduced the West Coast, which, I mean, is cool, I guess, but I just thought, like, when he came out, it was kind of weird that he was the one introducing the West Coast hip-hop acts. But, hey, I'm sure they had to approve that before it happened, so shout out to Seth Rogen. But, yeah, I just thought that was like, huh? Like, I just thought that was kind of weird, since he is, like, Canadian and all. And shout out to Canada, but, like, y'all know what I mean. It's just kind of weird. So, again, we got some people that you don't really see get recognized, but definitely should be recognized. Warren G came out first and did his little set, and it was awesome. I mean, again, the whole thing was awesome, so I'm going to keep saying awesome a lot, but yeah, I mean, he did great. And then Loonies came out and did 5 on it, which I guarantee you most people don't know the Loonies, but they came out and did 5 on it, and obviously everybody knows that song, so it was good to see them actually put a face to the record for the people who may not know who they are. And then from there, Lady of Rage came out, and then that was when I was like, oh shit, like this is for real, and they are actually tapping into like what was going on and what is going on. You know what I mean? Like she was a pioneer, just like the rest of them. And she was dope, man. She really, really, really killed that set. And then from there, we kind of switched over into like the newer side of the West Coast hip hop. Again, we're not gonna get your Snoop Dogg's, we're not gonna get your Kendricks. They're just too big. It just doesn't work out for them to be there. So we had YG and we had Tyga. Roddy Ricch came out. Those were all cool. I mean, as expected, you know what they are, you know who they are. And then finally DJ Quick came out and did a set, and again, that's when I was like, oh shit, like they're actually serious and trying to get this right. So again, it was just amazing to see all of those people come out, like I said, who don't usually get recognized at award shows like this, but tonight they did. And again, we're not going to spend all day and night on this, so I'm kind of just going to finish it out. We had an Akon set with Styles P, and when I saw Styles P, I was again like, holy shit, they really are trying to get this right, and they did. And then we had our like true rhymers of hip hop come out, which was amazing to see, because y'all know that's kind of my lane. The rhyme book is my favorite. So we had Rakim, Tribe Called Quest, Big Daddy Kane was out there dancing around. He was still doing it like he's been doing it, which is, again, great to see after all these years. And then Farside and some of the other guys y'all can name. Yeah, they were all there, and they were out rhyming, doing what they do. And that was, again, awesome to see. I use that word awesome a lot, because if you actually got to see it, it was awesome. That's the only way I can describe it. And then to close it out, we had a Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince duo do a set. And we all know those classic songs. Those Will Smith songs and albums are just classic and will live forever. We all know them, obviously, for the rhymes. Will Smith can actually rhyme, and he doesn't cuss, which is very, very hard to do in hip-hop. But he got up there and he killed it. He did all of his classic songs. Everybody knew every word. And like I said, again, awesome. It was awesome to see all of those people get out there and recognize hip-hop the way they did. So shout out to the Grammys, man. They did an excellent job. Like I said, I fully came in here to shit on it. I thought it was going to be horrible. And I gave it a watch, and I'm so glad that I did. So I'm taking my words back. Shout out to the Grammys, man. Y'all killed that. All right, if you've made it this far, we're finally going to get to the title. Yes, let's get off of music and let's get to some bullshit. Again, Taylor Swift with some bullshit. Taylor Swift has just won Time Magazine's Person of the Year. Time Magazine's Person of the Year. And I, like everybody else, was like, why in the fuck is Taylor Swift Time Magazine's Person of the Year? Not artist, not lady, not entertainer, Person of the Year. So I did what I always do when I see things like this happen. I did me a Google search. And I will read you exactly what Time Magazine themselves describes it as. They describe it as who they believed had a stronger influence on history and who represented either the year or the century the most. Who they believed had a stronger influence on history for the last year or decade. Can I get a what the fuck? What the fuck is going on in this world? Honestly, what in the fuck is going on that Taylor Swift wins Time Magazine's Person of the Year? Now, I could see Entertainer of the Year, Musician of the Year. I mean, she's always in the news, so sure. But when we're talking about history, we're talking about things that have like changed the way we live as human beings, how the earth still spins, new breakthroughs in science and medicine, How on earth is Taylor Swift at the top of the list of the person who's affected history the most this year? Are you kidding me? And it sounds like hate. And it is. And I love Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift. I love her music. But God, get her out of my face everywhere I freaking turn, dude. It's just Taylor Swift this, Taylor Swift that. I can't watch sports. I can't watch anything without seeing Taylor Swift there. I love you, Taylor, but get the hell out of here, please. It just doesn't make sense, is all I'm saying. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, go home or go to work or something. Like, it's just too much. It's too much, Taylor. Go home. So I had my little rant, and then my brain, like it always does, goes to, there has to be somebody else out there deserving of this award more than Taylor Swift. There just has to be. There is no shot we live in a world, an entire world, where Taylor Swift has affected history the most this year. There's no fucking way possible. So again, I did what I do. I did me a Google search. And would you know it, within 3 seconds, I found somebody that is more deserving of this award. Now I have like 10 examples, but I'm only going to use the very first one that I found. Because are you kidding me? In March of 2023, researchers at the University of Cambridge successfully built the first ever map showing every single neuron and how they're wired together in the brain of the fruit fly larva. The map of the 3,016 neurons and 548,000 synapses is the largest complete brain connection ever to have been mapped. Ever. Not just in 2023, not just in the last 100 years, ever. And that's just the first example I found. Y'all, we have got to get it under control. There is no way Taylor Swift has been more important to history this year or ever than some of these people out here. Please, let's get it together, please. What do we have to do? Do we have to start a poll? Do we have to sign like a petition? What do we have to do to make this stop? This is out of control. Taylor Swift has to be stopped. And I love Taylor Swift to death. And I know it sounds like I'm hating. And I am hating right now. This has got to stop. We can't take it anymore. We cannot take any more. Taylor Swift has got to be stopped. Also, Time Magazine. What the fuck? Surely you have a whole department for this one award. And y'all sat around and looked at each other and agreed that Taylor Swift was deserving of this award. Person of the year. The person who affected history the most this year. Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all. God, this shit pisses me off. Ugh. Anybody who knows me can hear it in my voice. And I don't know why I let it bother me so much. I really don't. I really should stop myself, but I can't. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. And I can't be the only one. I can't. I just can't be the only one. I know there was more people out there with me who are like, Jason, you are preaching to the choir right now. Jason, you are speaking for everybody when you say what you're saying. I know I'm not alone. I just know it. And I'm sorry that we live in this world. Like, there's got to be something we can do. There has to be something. This has to stop. But until then, shout out to Taylor Swift. Shout out to Time Magazine. Person of the Year. Thank you for giving me something to talk about. Because, man, this shit is stupid. Alright, so yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up there. Thank you guys for listening if you've made it this far. Thank you guys for coming back each and every week. It really does put a smile on mine and a lot of other people's faces when you guys come back and listen. Because it's not just for me. It's for us, ultimately, at the end of the day. And like I said, I really do appreciate you guys coming back every single week. It gives me a sense of purpose, and I'm glad that I get to talk about the things that I do with y'all. And your feedback is always amazing. It's just amazing to see the amount of people that we've gathered together in such a short time. Yeah, so thank you guys again. And coming up, I think we're going to do another episode this week. I know we still have the Murdaugh trial with one of our special guests coming up soon as possible. We're trying to get that out as soon as we can. And yeah, I'm going to hopefully talk about some of my friends. I just went to a show this past weekend for my boy CJ. He goes by CJ the Prophet. Yeah, so we're going to get into that soon also. thank you guys again for coming back each and every week. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.